What's going on there, everybody? Alright, we're gonna go ahead and turn that down. Sweet. What's going on there, Jack Dog? Yeah, Racer Batman coming in there first. Hope everybody had a fantastic weekend. I know it's another Mechanic Monday. And we got some stuff here to do. So we did put, previously, I guess as far as we did put the V8 engine in this guy. We got it measured at 416. It's a pretty decent runner. We ended up putting the, at minimum, I think we put, gotta double look and see what we did here today. I guess as far as I did, we put, I think we put the ignition parts in this in here as well as the performance transmission. Got the fuel rails, yeah, so we got mostly top end stuff into this thing. And just a pretty good hot rod. Pretty good hot rod. We got the slicks in the back. Turned out pretty good for a junkyard car, but maybe could use a little bit more work. Doing good, that's awesome. Awesome to hear. So yeah, we got our vets out here, still represented. We're repping out here with our vets. Don't really have a project car, I guess, as far as in the works there, so I'm thinking what we might do is actually put a supercharged V8 into this thing. So we do have that option, I guess, as far as for the swaps on this engine, or on this car. We can either put the LS in there or the V8. Not really sure which one I want to put in here. So in our drag one here that we got, I think we got the supercharged LS. Yeah, this one we got the supercharged LS. This one's getting 873. So not 100% sure if we want to put the LS in it, because I think the supercharged, the standard supercharged V8 gets us less horsepower than this one. I think from what we've already previously tested. In fact, I might have, this is our standard. Yep, that's our standard. We don't want that one. Let me see. This one's got the supercharged in the C4. Let me check this one real quick. So this one's got 590. So we're currently at what, 416 or whatever on the non-supercharged, and I think on this one we do have at least the performance transmission. So just kind of weighing it out, I guess, as far as if we want to go supercharged V8 or the LS. I'm thinking we might want to go LS on that deal. Might try that. I think that's the direction we might go. So we'll build a supercharged LS, similar to what we got in that Camaro. In fact, we could probably take out of this one and build one. In either case, we're going to have to build an LS supercharged. Yeah, so I'm thinking this guy's going to have more. Now, this one, we got a good chunk of performance on it. Yeah. 95.79, so I think we got mostly the top end stuff. I don't remember exactly how deep we went into this one, I guess, as far as for sure, but we do have 873 on this one. So I think we can build one similar to this one and put it in that Camaro. I think we might do that. We'll probably keep this one the way it is. You can always store that one and use it for another build. But I think that's going to be the name of the game here today. We're going to build a supercharged LS. I do believe we do have a block. Let's go see what kind of parts we have. Just out of curiosity. I'm pretty sure I do not have one already built. I don't have one already built. So I got the NSN, the FME. Nope, we do not have an LS supercharged already built. So if we go into here, and let's see what parts we do have, out of curiosity. Let's see what we got here. So we do have... Oh, I don't even have a block for LS. So I got a standard blocks. Well, I'll be dang. So we're going to have to... We got heads. So it looks like we do have heads. Both sets of heads. We don't have an engine block, I guess, as far as for LS. Might have to go to the junkyard. We might have to go to the... So we got the intake. I don't think I got a supercharger. Let's take a look here. That's a standard V8. So I do have the intake, but I don't have... Okay, so we've got some parts, but we don't have all of them. To include the engine block itself. Well, we're going to try and get it rolling, I guess, as far as with getting a LS supercharged engine built. But we do need the block. We do need to have a block. So let me do this. I'm going to see if I can... Let's do this. Will this let me highlight the block? It does. Cool. Let me go ahead and highlight that, put that on the list. And we also need a supercharger. Alright, cool. So those are at least 2 items I know we do need. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. Alright, so we got them on the list. So we'll check out some barns and some junkyards, I guess, as far as we can see if we can't find a block for that we can fix up. We put in our Camaro Z28. Alright, cool. So let's kick it off right away, I guess, as far as to the junkyard we go. To the junkyard we shall go. We got an ABS module that's not repairable. Oh, I got a little too loud. Hold on there. That's you loud there. Yeah, so nothing at the junkyard today. We got an ABS module that's not repairable. But let me check around here and see if we can't... wouldn't be able to pull an engine out of a car, but take a look and see what's out here. Alright, so I'm going to call it good here, and let's head over to let's go check out a barn. Let's go check out a barn. We've still got well over 100 of these. Lots of. See if we can find in the barn today. So, do we have any engine blocks in here today? So, nothing on the list, but we are going to check and see what we got on. What's our flavor of cars we got in here today? Ooh, we got a van, so this is going to be OHV. Well, that's the SS. Nice. So, not really what we need there. And what's over here? Ooh, we got something. So, not on that car. It's over here. Oh, excuse me there. I didn't mean to get in your way. Got one back here. So, nope. We don't have any LS engines in this barn. What's this one have? This one has the inline 6. Okay. So, really no cars in this one that we can pick off of. But, we're going to check these piles and see if we can find a crate. Take our crate, head home. We'll check out the junkyard again. And we are looking for some parts, I guess, as far as to be able to put the LS supercharged engine into our Z28. So, yeah, we're going to mix it up here and check out an auction. See if we can find that auction. And we'll probably go to salvage. I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think you can pick off parts at the auction. Alright, so let's see if we can find a car in here. Yeah, I don't think you can pick parts off the auction card. I think that's the only downside. But I am going to look and see if we do have... Well, this one's supercharged, but I think this is an OHV C1. Yeah, I'm pretty sure these are OHV. Let's see what we got here, just out of curiosity. Oh, that one's pretty picked over. So, yeah, what does this have? Car status, engine. Yeah, that's the OHV supercharged. They wanted 40,000 as a starting on this one. Holy smokes! Oh, that's a cool looking. Looks like a square body Monty, like from the 80s. Holy smokes, that looks cool. That's what it reminds me of, anyway. Kinda, sorta. Hoop. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get this one. They already wanted 40,000 for this one at starting. Holy crap. Yeah, I definitely don't want that. We've got this one here, so we're gonna pass on that. So yeah, let's go ahead and check out another junkyard. Now that we got something, I guess, as far as from the auction at least. So, alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this engine out of here and put it in there. Yeah. Just to see what we get out of this one. So we get 590 in the C4, see what we get in the Z28. Obviously, now not all cars are treated equal. We're not gonna get the same horsepower in this car as well that one. So, okay, let's get this oil drained out. Let's get this pulled. Alrighty. Now we should have that in our inventory. Oh, forgot to open up our crate. So keep that in there for now. Oh, snowball fight, let's go. Let's get that snowball fight going. Uh-oh, I dropped it. I gotta repack it. Hold on. That's gonna be a sloppy one. Great, let's open up our crate. Alright, now we gotta get this one pulled. Let's get this one dismantled. Let's see, so pull that one out. Sweet, now we can put that engine. Put this back over to B. So let's put the supercharged in this one. Oh, wait a minute. That's not what I wanted to do. I boo-booed. So we'll put this back over to A. I got ahead of myself. So we want to put the supercharge in this one. Like so. Yeah. Cool. And let's move this out of the way for a second. Now, we got to get this dynoed in this bad boy and see what we get here. So it's going to tell us still. So it says 587. But it's not. We got to measure. We got to dyno it. Got to get her dyno. So it was 590 in this one. That's what we had. So let's get this buttoned up. We'll get it over to the dyno and see what we get. Kind of curious though. Let's get her dyno now and see. So it was. So it's saying we can get 643. So it's definitely getting more in this car than it is the C4 or the C4 vet. It was rated at 590. So let's dyno her and see what we get. It's 100% build, so we should get all that. And we do indeed. It gets as far as getting more than that. We've got the performance parts onto it. Not a bad start. Not a bad start. So we probably don't have quite as many performance parts that we do on the LS Supercharged. That's in the 69 Camaro. So we did get it rated. So it does get more than in the C4 vet. So that's pretty impressive. 590 it gets in the C4 vet. 658 in this Camaro Z28. So the question do become, I guess, as far as do we just want to add more performance parts to this one because it doesn't have like the fuel rails and things like that. Does it have the ignition coils? Does not. So we could perform this thing up and potentially build another one for the C4. Or put that V8 one. I'd rather have a supercharge in the vet. I'll be honest. I will be honest. So now I'm kind of debating. Do we want to still build the LS engine, or do we want to just put the performance parts on this guy? So this is where I'm at. The supercharged LS that's in the 69 Camaro has 873 horsepower. If we can get more than that out of this one by putting the performance parts on it, we might just leave this one in here. So we're gonna see what we can achieve on this one. Let's put this back over to lift A. Yeah, let's see what we can achieve on this one. If we can get more than 873, I think that's what it was, on this guy that has the performance parts on it. So this one has 873 with a decent amount of performance parts into it. We'll see if we can get to that and or more on this supercharged V8. Let's see what we got here. So what we'll do, I don't know how deep it goes on this one here. Did we actually, I don't know if we did pistons and all that to it. Let's see, what does the engine block say? So we didn't do the heads. No performance heads. So I'm thinking we might have only did top end on this thing. So it doesn't have fuel rails. It does have the ignition coils. Does it have the stage 3? Nope. It doesn't even have the stage. So it doesn't even have the performance ECU in this one. Okay. I want to gauge this. I want to do it about the same. on the supercharged V8 just to see what we can get out of it. So it looks like we only did maybe spark plugs and ignition coils. Yeah, so mostly just the ignition stuff on this LS supercharged. So the engine block, that one's that's all standard. So it's mostly just ignition stuff on this one. Okay, so that's our baseline. That's our baseline. I guess the first for what we do to this one. If we do just the top end stuff, like the ignition coils and such like that, and compare notes between the LS supercharged. Let's see what we get here. So let's pull these out. We'll do sparkulators. We'll get it to a 3-star. Pretty sure I got the sparkulators on that LS. I guess as far as to a 3-star as well. Okay. Again, we're upgrading all the same parts, I guess as far as the LS3 supercharged on this V8 supercharged. So we're already at 658 without the performance parts. So now we're putting the performance parts on there. We're getting them all the same 3-star as the LS3. No ECU, not doing the supercharger or anything like that. Let's get that transmission. Okay, that's all good. Awesome. So we got all the same parts as the LS3 supercharged on this one, V8 supercharged. Now we need to get this thing over to the dyno. So we previously had 658. Just for comparisons, with 658 without the performance part. Let's get it over to the dyno and see what we get now. Let's supercharge. Here we go. See how y'all did, I guess, as far as on the prediction. $720, so it was definitely less. Definitely less. Now, keeping in mind, we did get more, I guess, as far as than what we had, but it's definitely not more than 873 on the LS supercharged. Not a bad thing, but it is interesting, I guess, as far as to know. So again, what we did, just for clarity, we did just all the ignition parts, no ECU, anything like that on this, much the same as the one in the 69, and this one gets 873. So, in my opinion, the LS3 is far superior, I guess, as far as horsepower-wise when you put the. So this one's got the. No, never mind. I thought it had the fuel rails on there for a second. So yeah, just the ignition parts. Much more horsepower on the LS3. So this is what kind of concludes for me, I guess, as far as to build an LS3 supercharged with the performance parts in comparison to the V8 supercharged. That's my conclusion, at least, anyway. So that prediction. Now I don't doubt if we were to max out the performance parts on this one here, we could probably get it over 873. I don't doubt that. But again, just kind of keeping a 1-to-1, I guess, as far as on which performance parts are on each engine. That's been my, that was that science project there. So let's do, cool. All right, so at least we got that figured out. Now, the conclusion is, like I just determined there, I would rather probably build an LS supercharged for this car. So that, I think I'm back to square one, I guess, as far as for that. I think we want to build the LS supercharged. So with that said, I think what we'll do is we'll put this one back in the C4. We can get that redynoed. See what we get out. So we had 590 on that previously without the performance parts onto that one. So we'll probably get more than 590. Alright, so we previously had 590 on this one without the performance parts on the supercharged engine. There it is right there. So let's see if we get. We're definitely going to get more because we do have. So I'm not going to really put that up for prediction. We know it's going to be more than that. So 584 was the base. 590. We previously just had the performance transmission. Now we've added the ignition parts, I guess, as far as to it. So, see how much better than 590 we get. I did not expect that. That's pretty impressive. That's pretty impressive. Yeah, this is a much happier C4 now. Much happier C4. So we gained 590, 646, about another 50 horsepower or so. Just by putting those ignition parts in there. Cool. I feel it's only appropriate that we take this back over to the strip and have some fun with it. Although we got it re-dynoed with the new performance parts. Indeed. Let's go do that. Let's do it. First visit to the strip today. So let's do some practice runs. Quarter mile. Ooh, we get to go against the Mercedes-Benz Gullwing. Basically same engine. Not as quite as much performance tuning, I guess, as far as, but same engine from the looks of it. So let's see what we can do. Both these cars sound good. Both sound good. Keep rolling, rolling, rolling. Alright, here we go. Ooh, got a little squirrely there. It's a nice little hot rod we got here. Beat him. Nice. 11.5 second car. Awesome sauce. Yeah, this is a nice little runner here. Let's try another one. Ooh, so we got V8 2 carb overhead. So it's a supercharged. There we go. There it is. Yeah, we're gonna do this with this hot rod, so we can beat this hot rod. He's got 2 carb supercharged, classic overhead valve engine. Let's get it rolling, rolling, rolling. Kind of slipped there a little bit. Oh, goodness. Come on, baby. Did we get him? Oh, he actually beat us. We slept there a little bit, too. I'm going to try that one again. Kind of slept there a little bit. I think that hurt us a little bit. Didn't beat us by a whole lot. Yeah, let me try that one again. I want to rematch on that one. So I don't know. Is this thing just squirrely because of the power on it, or do we need alignment? I don't know if we ever did an alignment. I have to check that. I was pretty sure we did an alignment on this thing. I was sure we did. Alright. Here we go. Come on, baby. There we go. Nice. Got him that time. Much better reaction time. Yeah, 11.5 second car all day long. That's cool. Very nice. I'm going to check the alignment on this thing. Let's go get this back to the house. It's a fun little runner here, I have to admit. Alright, let's check the alignment on this puppy. Let's get over to the test path. Move it. Yeah. And let's check her out. Oh, she's clear, so just a lot of power to the rear wheels. I guess first it gets a little squirrely. Nothing wrong with that. So let's get this back over to lift B for a second. We're gonna leave that engine in that one. So yeah, we're back to what my original thought was to put the build ourselves an LS3 supercharged. Much the same as our 69 Camaro. So let's swap this back out to C. That'll put our 69 Camaro back in here. Okay, so that guy's good. Got all our Corvettes represented out here up front again. Alright, this guy. Yep, we're going to build one similar as this one and put it in our Z28 here. That's what we're back to. Well, let's go check out another junkyard. Let's go. Here we go. Back on the hunt. So we got a brake servo and an ABS module. We do have a block, a repairable block. Good start. So we got 3 items on our list here as far as we can look for. Then ask. All right, let's go ahead and start looking. All right, so we got everything we need. We got our module, servo, grab that, engine block. So we got our block at least anyway. We just need a supercharger. And of course our map. All right, let's head back to the house. Got our map to put away. Oops. Got our map to put away. Let's fix up our parts. So we're off to a good start here. Gets as far as to build ourselves an LS3 supercharged. So what we need to do is go to here, go to create new engine, and we need to find CGM supercharged. We got a lot of engines to choose from now. So we need this guy right there. That's what we want to build. Great engine. And let's get that mounted. We got our block. There's our block. We're off to a good start there. Let's put our other parts away. We're in warehouse 1. Put that away, and that away. Let's get this stuff on here. So we need to get pistons. We'll get a new set of those. Now, here's the other question, I guess, as far as... Yeah, I don't think internally we want to go performance parts on there, but we will do mostly top end, just like similar to our 69 Camaro. So yeah, I think I already answered my question. My own question. So let's do this. We need a crank. That's another thing. So apparently I didn't have a crank. I don't have a crank. Apparently not. So that might be something else we need to put on the list. See if we can find a crank. Let's see if we can find a crank. Oop. Nice, so supercharger and a crank. So let's update our list. We already got our block. So, yep, we just need our supercharger and crankshaft. Good deal. Alright, so we're still looking. Still looking. Back to the junkyard we shall go. Alright, what do we got on our list today? Really nothing, other than a brake servo that's not repairable. Alright, so let's take a look. Now, we might have an engine out here that we can probably pull the crank on it. Maybe. Possibly. So, we might take a look for that and see. Might take a look. I'm gonna take a look around, see what cars we got in here today. Let's see what we got for cars today. So nothing over here. It's here in the back corner. Really nothing we need off of that one. Inline 6 on that guy. Got a pump and no module, okay. Nothing around the corner. What's up here? It's like a Boss, or is that a Mach 1? Mach 1, yep. We've worked on one of these before. This one's got the... which engine it's got in it? 429 Cobra Jet. Nice. Very nice. We haven't worked on an electric car in a hot minute. Ooh, what do we got in this one? Inline 6. Not interested. Okay, so not a whole lot on this pick. Whoa! I picked up something there. My bad. Got a little quick happy. We don't want that. Don't get rid of that. So yeah, we didn't find the map or any cars in here that are worth anything, so Not a whole lot on this pick. Go check out the barn. Let's go check ourselves out a barn. Still got well over 100 of these puppies. Got bound to find something. Oh, so we got a. Is this a Zonda? Zonda Revolution. We got one of these puppies. Holy mackerel. What kind of shape is this one in? This one looks to be. Well, it's missing the exhaust. Missing that fuel cell. I'm guessing they're probably gonna still want about 80,000 for it. 104. Holy crap! Yeah, I'll pass on that. We got our own, but yeah, pretty cool. Right off the bat here, we got a Zonda Revolution. Let's see what other cars I got in there. Got anything else on the list? Nope. We're looking for a crank and a supercharger. This is the fake charger. Ooh, is this got an LS3 in it? Got the OHV. Yep, so that's got an LS. Not supercharged, unfortunately. So there's really nothing off this engine we can swipe off it. So we at least got our crate. Really no other parts in here that we have on here to confirm. Nothing on our list. So go back to the house. Check ourselves out another junkyard. Alright, so we still got to find ourselves crank for sure. I guess as far as be able to put the pistons on that thing. So let's go back to junkyard. Now the pistons, I'll probably go ahead and arrange. Let's go ahead and buy those. So we got another servo and a module, but nothing for our engine parts. Alright, we'll go ahead and find those. We got at least a couple items. I'm gonna go ahead and call that one good. Let's head back to the house. Alright, on to another barn. Kicking at the barn. Okay, anything? Nothing on the list. That doesn't mean there isn't anything in here though. So let's check out our cars. Hopefully maybe we can get a. Oops, so this is a drag monster. So this is gonna have the turbo engine in it. That one's got the twin turbos on that beast. How much they want for the drag monster? They want a pretty good chunk of money against the first. And it does look like it needs the particulars. It needs a battery, ECM, ECU, fuse box stuff, you know, with particulars. Alright, so let's go ahead and just take our crate and go back to the house. Alright, so we did get our crate. Let's go open our crate. Alright, so back to the junkyard. We're going to find this daggone crank and supercharger and stuff. Alright, so anything? ABS module that is not repairable. So, really nothing. Okay, we'll go ahead and check a couple files and take a whip around. Alright, so we didn't get anything in this junkyard visit. Not a big deal. Not worried about the map. We got plenty of maps. Did not get anything from that visit. We're gonna go check out another barn. So we got this BMW. Not interested. So we're looking for cars that have a supercharged LS3. So not that one for sure. So we kind of came up short, I guess, as far as finding any parts that we can use out of this barn, but we'll take our crate and head on home. Alright, so that was a barn. Let's check out the junkyard again. Junkyard, here we go. So we got anything on the list? Ooh, so we got a crank, but it's not repairable. That's smart. So yeah, there's a crank on here, but it's not repairable. So we got 2 radiator C's. You know what? I'm gonna try it. Let's go ahead and look for those. So we got our battery and the radiator. We're gonna go ahead and head back to the house. Alright, so we got a battery here we can charge and fix up our radiator. Let's fix up the radiator. Alright, so we're still looking for our crank and our supercharger, I guess, first for our LS3 build. Alright, so I guess we're going to check out another barn. Been going back and forth between the barns and the junkyards. Check out another barn. Ooh, okay, so what do we got here? We got another C4 FET. You can't get those kind of rims for that. That's cool. This one looks like it has just a standard V8. Yep. Standard V8 in that guy. Looking for LS motor. So do we have anything in here? Not on the list, anyway. So let's see what other cars we got in here. Alright, we got our crate. Nothing else we can get in this barn. Head back to the house. Yes, I like the credits. I like the credits. Alright, cool. Let's put our barn map away. Still got over 100 of those. And we're going back to junkyard. I'm thinking at this point I'll do one more round, I guess, as far as the junkyard and barn visit. And if we don't find these parts that we need for our LS3, we'll just go ahead and buy it. Hopefully we do find these parts that we need. Oh, a radiator, that's no good. So not on this junkyard visit. Alright, let's check these piles here real quick. We'll do a run around and see if we can... Oh, barn map, sweet. We'll take that. So we did get our barn map at least anyway. And a couple of cars. Bought that Zonda and the Revolution, or the Continent. Alright, so the back of the house. Let's take a look here real quick. So we got... Yep, that's going to fill that up there. So we got the Zonda, the C8, that was the turbo. Yeah, I think this was, we were considering this to be a flip. I forgot I had this one. Yeah, this would be a nice little flip car too. So we got plenty of project cars, I guess, as far as to work on there. So I take that back what I said, started stream the other, we didn't have one to work on. We got this guy. We could definitely flip that one. We do have an old school already in our parking garage, but yep, there's our other cars that we bought. I guess as far as our C3, got our turbo C8, our Pagani Zonda Revolution, and then our Continent. Nice. So yeah, we're full in our project garage. Indeed. Alright, let's go ahead and back to the garage. Alright, so I said to check that out. I forgot I bought that one, I'll be honest. Okay, so we did get our map. Let's go ahead and put that away. So one more barn, one more junkyard find. And if we don't get in on these visits here, we're gonna go ahead and buy those parts that we need. Alright, so we got anything on the list? Nope. Alright, so doesn't mean there's nothing in here. Let's see what cars we got to choose from. So looks like we got an Oldsmobile 442. So Cutlass Supreme, alright, so that's a supercharged. That's the overhead valve engine. So we got our crate. No other parts that we can, so just to confirm, nothing on our list, so we'll head back to the house. We'll do one more junkyard find, and if we don't find it on this last visit, we'll go ahead and buy it. Alrighty then, so we're up for one more junkyard visit. Cross those fingers, I guess, as far as we find these parts, because anything on the list? Negative. We do got a brake servo that's green. Holy smokes. And a module. We can look for those at least. Alright, no map, but we did get our brake servo. 3-star. We'll still be able to fix that up in our module. Let's head back to the house. So it's looking like we're going to have to buy this crank and the supercharger. Let's fix these up. And we'll put these away. Cool. Alright, sweet. That's just stocking up our warehouse is all. We'll put that away and that away. Now, we're going to need to buy these two parts that we've had on our list, which is the supercharger and the crankshaft. We've done quite a few visits today, I guess, as far as, in an attempt, I guess, as far as we're trying to find these, and they've been eluding us. So we're going to go ahead and buy this puppy. Get a little bit of a discount, but you can see why I was trying to find one either in a barn or a junkyard. especially that supercharger. All right. Anyway, we're gonna buy this crank. Get a little bit of discount on that as well. All right. Let's put this engine together. Put the crank in. Get ourselves some pistons. Put that on the list. I need to double check on that LSO here. Do we have the sparkulators? Oh, whoops! I got it all here. Do I have the performance sparkulators in this thing? I do. They're all 3-star. So that's the same thing we want to do on this build. Making a 1-to-1. So let's do performance these, and also whoops. Let's get the sparkulators on there too. Okay, so we're gonna go to tune shop. Let's see, did I do performance exhaust manifold? Let me see. Nope, that's stock. So what about air filter? Did we do? What do we do for air filter on this thing? Am I gonna have to take it off? Nope. But we can see it does have the performance air filter in that too. You can see it's red. Okay, so that's the other thing we want to do once we get it back in the car. Alright, so I think that's pretty much done. We got our top end, front end, bottom end, back end. She's good to go. Got the sparkulators in there. So let's go ahead and pull that off. And let's put this puppy in. Move that over there. Let's put our supercharged LS engine here, 100% green build. There she is. And now this should be the same deal that we've got in our 69. That's right here, over here, my bad. That's the same engine. Same engine with the same upgrades. We are going to put, I think it's a 3-star filter. Yep, 3-star air filter on it as well. So let's take that out. Oh, maybe I already have it in here. Is that a 3-star? It is a 3-star already. Sweet. So we're already good there. We got a 3-star air filter in there already. So 1-to-1, I guess, as far as between newer school Camaro and older school Camaro with the LS3 supercharged. Let's get this bottom end buttoned up. Yeah, so I got the performance transmission. Yep, we do. So it's a 3-star performance transmission, I guess, as far. So we're going to do the same thing on this one. Spend a little bit more money. Yeah, there we go. Now we're all buttoned up on the bottom end. Only thing left to do, get some motor honey in it, and let's get her dyno. Alright, we need some motor honey in this thing. Let's see here. Motor honey, there we go. We'll check that motor honey level once we get it filled. Make sure it's adequate. Make sure she's adequate. Oh, no, don't take that off. Looks good to me. That's acceptable. Alrighty then. So we got her all done up there. So let's get it over to the dyno. Now we originally had 6. So that was with the other V8 engine that we put in the C4. So we put the engine that we had in that one into this guy. No, take that back. We put that engine away, that's right. So the V8 engine that we originally had in this one here, we put that one away in the warehouse, and we built this one fresh and brand new for it. We did have to get a different hood for it to accommodate that supercharger, I guess, as far as on it too. Yep, so definitely got plenty of room with the hood. So let's get this over to the dyno. See what we got. So we're trying to get as much as the same power as we do in the 69, which has 873. So this one at its base is saying 623. Now we do have the performance parts onto it, be it the transmission and the ignition parts, at least at bare minimum. So we should get more than that for sure on this engine. So let's see what we get. Let's pull it. I'm thinking more than 873, but how much was it going to be? Jack Doss says 780. Okay. $713. So Jack Doll is actually probably the closest. $713. So this is kind of surprising to me, the fact that it gets that much less than in our 69 Camaro, having the same performance parts onto it. So there's your number right there. 713 was the, and we're Class A 490. So let me go take this over to, and let's do some comparisons here. So this one did pull at 713 with all the same engine, same performance parts to a 3-star and all that. And we get how much difference here? This one's at 873. So whatever that math this comes out to, that's a lot of horsepower difference between one car to the other. Particularly the same engine with the same performance parts. I find that very, very interesting indeed. So yeah, we got the air filter is the same. ECU is not being upgraded. So just basically all the same top end parts on both cars. That is pretty wild. Still not bad though, not a bad turnout. Now, if we wanted to get it relatively the same amount of horsepower on this one, we'd obviously have to put more performance parts into it. So we could do fuel rails, stuff like that, more of the top end stuff, and let's see if we can match it, I guess, as far as to that 69 anyway. I think we should be able to do it. It's the car 100. Oh yeah, 100%. I just find that very interesting, the difference between the two cars, as far as how much horsepower difference. That was the main thing. I was would the gear ratio make a difference on HP? That's very possible. That's very possible. So I think this one is a 5-speed. You make a good point there, Brent. So this one has, I think it's 6-speed in it. Let's take this back over to the dyno real quick. Let's take it out in the dyno real quick. So we did not tune. Yeah, this one's got a 6-speed on it. Might need to fine tune this one actually. So it's got a 391 gear. We'll leave that in there. Might have to take this over to the track and just see if we need to fine tune that. Now that we've got more power to it, more horsepower to it. So that one's got a 6-speed, and I think the 69 has got a 5. So that's got a 391 rear gear, right? Let's move this back. Let's check that out real quick. Yeah, Brent makes a really good. There might be something with that too. So let's move this one over to the dyno and check this one out too. Yep, so this one's got basically the same. Yep, both got 6 speeds, 391, so basically same transmission. So that's been confirmed. Same gear ratio and same transmission and such, I guess, as far as on both cars. So that's very comparable. Now, granted, the speed range here is different. That's the other thing I noticed too. We got 272 max, I guess, as far as on the modern Camaro in comparison to this one, being at 6 gears, but we still got the same final gear. So that's pretty comparable between the two. Very interesting. That was definitely a pretty cool science project. So let's get this back over to B, or not to B. Change the CPU, stream CPU. I don't know what I want to do on this one yet. I'm thinking I want to start off on this one here, just do anything less than the CPU and the internals, and just see how much we can get as close to this one. And I think we could probably accomplish that by doing stuff like the fuel rail, the throttle, maybe fuel pump, things like that. If we still don't get to that point, then we can start looking into ECU. But definitely not out of the realm of possibility, for sure. So let's do fuel rails. Those are 3-star performance. 3-star performance. And then we've got throttle. So there's one more part. Alright, so all these parts to a 3-star. The only thing left that I would think would be the ECU and the supercharger. First, to try and get the same power that that one's got. Alright, so get this down off the lift. Get this over the dyno. And we're ready then. So let's see what we get out of this one now. We can tune that throttle. Remember that. These are always fun to do. Oh, I guess that's throttle. This throttle doesn't tune, but just the transmission. Never mind. So on the carburetors, I guess as far as you can do that, but not on the throttles. Okay, so we're gonna go to test this one out. So we should get more than 713, obviously. So 713 was our last pull. Not a bad start, but we're still under that 873. So we're getting there slowly but surely. I think we're gonna have to do probably ECU to get that last bit of power, I guess, as far as out of this one. Let's move this back over to A. It's looking like we will have to do the ECU like Master had suggested, but just to kind of, you know, shake it down, I guess, as far as to see what we can get to just put in the minimal performance parts. All right, so yeah, looking like we're gonna have to put the ECU in this bad boy. All right, we'll take that out. We'll go ahead. Now these are pretty pricey, but it's okay. So we want the stage 3. We're going balls out. We're getting the maximum, and I don't even think I need to get to a 3-star, to be quite honest. We should be able to get plenty of performance out of it without even making it a 3-star. So let's try it this way first. This we can tune. We can tweak on that, guys. So let's get it over to the dyno. I guess I didn't even really need to move that back from the dyno. Could have left it over here. So these are always fun to tune. I always tend to fumble on these. So the key to it is to get 4 of them, I guess, as far as at one level. There it goes. All right, I know how to get you to get it eventually. So there it is, maxed out. Key is just to get them balanced out, I guess, as far as on 4 of them, and then just deal with 1 of them. But anyway, that was a little bit more involved, I guess, as far as that. We got it maxed out. Cool. So not even do a 3-star in this thing here. I'm thinking this should get us well over 873. Well over 873. So let's try it out. Indeed we did. Not even to a 3-star. Now we're just slightly better, I guess, as far as than that 69 Camaro. So not even getting that that ECU to a 3-star and just maxing out the tuning on that ECU. We're over, I guess, as far as on that. Now, granted, that was a lot more performance parts that we had to put on this one to get it to that point. So not even having to do any of the internals like the heads or the pistons or anything like that. Cam, none of that. So just top end and brain box. We were able to get that. Pretty cool. Nothing left to do, I guess, as far as take this over to the strip now. We gotta have some fun with it. So let's go ahead and do some quarter-mile runs on here. So we get to go against another new school, I guess, as far as Camaro with the same engine. Not quite as much tuning, but you got a higher rating. Let's see if we can beat this modern Camaro, or Z28 Camaro, I guess, as far as against some modern Camaro. We never did put a license plate on this thing. Got the slicks on her. She's got a nice stance. I think I'm going to leave that hood just subdued. We didn't even paint that thing. Just leave it matte. It's got that little bit of a bulge in there as far as to accommodate that supercharger. Let's see what we can do. Oh, a little bit of flutter there on that gear. We're gonna have to re-gear this thing. So with that additional power that we got there, ooh man, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna have to re-gear this thing a little bit. She kind of fluttering on some of these are kind of maxing out. We're pegging out. We're hitting the chip. Let's do it one more time. Yeah, it's definitely shifting a little bit differently, so we're gonna have to fine tune, I guess, as far as on the gears. Just a tad. Not a big deal. That's to be expected, I guess, as far as when you gain a little bit more horsepower. Wow. Pretty good there. I might not even need to do that. It's just got to watch that red line. Let's watch that red line. So they're at a 621 to 669. So again, it comes down to the type of car. As we've already determined with the 69 and our Z28, this one definitely performs a lot better. Irregardless, I guess, as far as of the lesser tuning. So it's got lesser tuning, same engine, different car. I'm not disappointed about that, I'll be honest. I didn't mean to do that again. Let's do it again, what the heck. I want to try a different car. Oops. Let's get into this view. There we go. That was a pretty good reaction time that we had that last run. Yeah, I think if we just watch the red line, we should be good. Definitely got a lot of giddy up. Yep, she consistently beats us, I guess, as far as with that one. Not mad about it. We got 11-second car all day long. Happy with that. So let's randomize. We got a ZL1 with the same engine. The ZL1 Camaro, I guess, as far as 603s. This one we should be able to beat. I'm gonna have to do some practicing on that there, Jack Dog, because I get what you're saying, I guess, as far as about those ECUs. It just doesn't always seem to work that way. Consistently, at least, anyway. Yeah, let's see if we can beat the ZL1. Got him. Okay, so we can beat the ZL1, no problem. Man, we're a little bit better than the 11-second car. That's pretty cool. Let's try BMW Pro car. This thing is always one that's hard to beat sometimes. Sometimes hard to beat. White? Really? You couldn't go red? Red is faster. Yep, that BMW Pro car. Oh, we were catching it. That thing's a bugger, so it was only a 575. And what's crazy about that car, it's only an inline 6. But not very much tuning. And it's like, man, that thing's just dialed in. That thing is tough to beat. So we actually had a pretty good reaction time there. Let's see, so if let's do one more. So we got our P&8 Turbo. We got one of these that we picked up in the project garage. This is one of my own configurations, I guess, as far as for this Hennessy C8. You can get an idea, I guess, as far as what these look like, as far as what the exhaust. Let's see, can I look at? Oh, ooh, cool color on that. It's got like a deep bronze on it. Yeah, I guess you can't really get a good look at it this way. But yeah, the one thing that bugs me about the configuration of it is the way the exhaust comes through the diffuser, the rear diffuser. Other than that, it's turned out pretty good. That's a really slick copper bronze, I guess, as far as color on that deal. Let's see if we can beat her. Uh-oh, that turbo's got some, it's got some power there. It's a twin turbo too. That puppy's got some speed. Yeah, so I was at a 600, that's the twin turbo. Twin turbo gets as far as on that configuration. Yeah, so there are a couple cars that still beat us, but I'm not 100% disappointed. But we also got a turbo Camaro. This is another one of my own configurations for this mod car. Turbo, let's go check it out. Feel free to join on those raffles there, folks, while it's hot. You know, Jackdaw, you can tell me all you want. I'm telling you, when I do that, in much the same way that you're explaining it, it just doesn't seem to be consistent. It just doesn't. I don't know why, but it just doesn't. Okay, so we're going up against the turbo-powered 2012 Camaro. Again, another one of my configurations, I guess, as far as that. Just trying to add some different configurations to these mod cars. Oh, got a little happy there. I felt like a pretty good reaction time. Oh, he kicked in the turbos, I guess, as far as right at the end there. Really good reaction time. Yeah, definitely 11-second car. Better than an 11-second car all day long. Yeah, these turbos for sure are definitely beating us. Yeah, the turbo cars are definitely beating us there, which... that's fair. I'll just say that. What about the rest of the mod? So this is basically the same engine in the C1. A little bit more tuning as far as in the other ones that we've gone against. Let's see if we can beat the C1. C1. Oh, check that paint job on that one there. What is that? Look more like a gray with the white silver cove. Nice. Let's see if we can beat her. Oop, shifted a little early. Come on, baby. See, I like these kind of races, though, I guess, as far as where it's really close like that, too. It's not like they clean house with us there. That was a good run. So even though we're getting beat, I guess, as far as by some of these cars, it's still not a bad car. We can still do some tuning on it. I don't want to go too crazy with it, because then it tends to limit what type of cars we can go against. I kind of like this balance of cars that we can go against. So I'm kind of happy with it, even though we're getting our butt beat. I feel like we did pretty good, I guess, as far as to get some more horsepower out of this LS3 supercharged build. All right, so other than the fact that we did get ourselves an additional performance gearbox that we can use probably on another build. Had a lot of fun here today, folks, I guess, as far as with playing around with the engine swaps, I guess, as far as between the mid-modern, I guess, as far as Z28 Camaro and our old school. Lots of fun. I hope you all did as well today. I'm starting to get hungry. I've worked up an appetite, I guess, as far as working on these things today. So with all that being said, folks, I very much appreciate it. Everybody that did stop by, stuck around, I guess, as far as on our Mechanic Monday for today. I've been posting a little bit about the workings going on behind the scenes, I guess, as far as with this game in particular. I'm getting little tidbits of information. I'm not trying to give all of it out there. I don't want to spoil it. But, yeah, we've been doing some things in the off stream, I guess, as far as to get our own car into the game. It's a work in progress for sure. But, yeah, we'll be streaming here next on the channel for our Taco Truckin' Tuesday tomorrow. So definitely, if you want to check out any of that action, tune in. I hope y'all have a marvelous rest of your Monday, and we'll be seeing you again real soon, folks. There. Bye for now.